Alright guys, I think we're ready to start off. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all of you ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chrono JJ and I got for you guys tonight another hopefully fantastic matchup from the RTS League playoffs. These are the quarterfinals between EoM and KeeN. EoM is short for Emperors of Mythology, and KeeN is short for, I think KeeN. So this is a best of 3 matchup we've got today. So hopefully we get 3 nice games. These games were played just the other day on Sunday, February 25th. These two clans finally managed to play each other after spending about 2 weeks of incompetently scheduling, or basically no scheduling. So, actually got awesome special effects for you guys. I put together a wonderful paint picture to introduce the 2 clans. Well, actually 1 clan, because the other one was taking too long. So we've got to EoM, short for Emperors of Mythology. They are a clan from Brazil. This right here is a picture of Brazil, and we've got their roster right here. You got Gold Lion. He's a gold lion. You got Matayo, and man, he's a comic book hero. You got Magic. He's kind of their guest player. He is not from Brazil. He is from Canada, which has snow, bears, igloos, and, well, magic. And then Emperors of Mythology also has a whole bunch of other players. I don't know who they are, so I've got them all listed here. Other people with a bunch of happy little people that I'm sure happy to be alive. And then KeeN, well, they got players in their clan, and like I said, it was taking me too long to set all this up, so that's all I got for you. But KeeN does have some pretty good players, and in fact, if we can try to figure out how to load up their roster here in a second. Teams. Well, I just searched for teams. KeeN. Okay, here they are, KeeN. A whole bunch of different players. Primarily they're RTS League players, or like people like More Champion, who plays a lot of Oranos, Green Sea Squash, who's really good with everything. And then they also use Omega Blast, who generally plays Greek. And then they've got quite a few other players that they can use. So we are going to jump right into this. And oh, what a fancy melody. Yes, you're right. That was my you're right, Mighty GE. It is a fancy melody. That was kind of my jam for the day. That's from, well, it's not actually from, it's technically from a Donkey Kong Country 2, the old Super Nintendo game, which I really enjoyed playing when I was younger. And that was just a cover, fittingly, seeing as Emperors of Mythology from Brazil. It is from a couple guys on YouTube who are Brazilian and have their own little music studio. So that is actually their little YouTube channel, Burning Idol. The name of the song is Hot Head Bob from Donkey Kong Country 2. So there you go. And we are going to dive right into this series here. If there's any problems with the stream, whether it be music, anything, black screen, whatever, please let me know, and I will do my best to correct any said issues. So we are going to jump right into here. KeeN against EoM. So again, this is a best of 3. Alright, I could probably turn this music up a little bit. Kind of was messing around with my music settings the other day, which kind of changed things around, so I think this will be okay now. In fact, it might be a little too quiet yet. Hold on. Alright, this looks pretty good. Anyway, this is a Mediterranean. So this would be one of the clan's maps that they've chosen. I'm not sure who chose it. But on the top here, we have... Oh, let's see, who are they? Oh, that's KeeN up on the top. They got Omega Blast as Zeus. He is a flank. They've got More Champion as Oranos. He's a pocket. And then thank you $. That is either, I can't remember now if that's regulate or flame. They have so many different nicknames, it's hard to keep track of them. But he's Aranos as well. So we got Aranos Zeus. That's pretty good God contribution for this game, or distribution, I guess I should say. And then down on the bottom, we've got EoM. We've got Gold Lion. Well, actually, he's Golden Lion this time. And we have Matayo is the Pocket. And we've got Creativo is Isis. Now, I have no idea who Creativo is. But he seems like he has forgotten that he needs a lumber camp for his villagers. There he goes. So I'm not sure how good this is. This guy falls into the category of other people that I showed on that little roster picture, because they have a lot of people, and I don't know who most of them are, and I don't think most of them are really that great. But definitely Matayo and Gold Lion are both really good team players. So we'll see if they can kind of carry their third players and maybe pick up a win or two and move on to the next round. So Pegasus in chat says that thank you $, or Ty $, or whatever he's trying to go for here is Flame, who is decent. Not anything spectacular, but not anything horrible either. And both Omega and More Champion are pretty decent players. More Champion more so 1v1 than team. I think sometimes his team game play is a little bit questionable. So we'll see what happens here. Both teams got a little bit of a question mark. With Creativo, he's a question mark, and then I'd say More Champion is kind of the question mark up here, whether or not he will play this like a 1v1 or will actually competently play it like a 2v or a team game where he's got allies that he needs to help. And then I guess we also have a question as far as how well will Ty $, play. So it's Mediterranean. You'll see some basic early boat harass. Probably both clans just building up as many boats as they can, and then kind of transition to building settlements while fighting water, and then eventually go to fighting land. Somebody will probably eventually win the water, or maybe it'll just kind of be a mutual stalemate. We've got some forward oracles here, so it looks like he's going to go for some early oracle pressure maybe, which against Isis isn't really helpful, because Isis can just send over a pharaoh and a priest, and that's kind of the end of that. And really don't think it'd be a good idea in this situation. I think one thing that, well, I mean, it might be terrible, but it's more so useful for Kronos. I don't know what's going on with Gold Lion here, with his, there he goes. I guess he figured it out. And he did spread out his wood villagers, which is good. I know a lot of people don't like spending an extra 50 wood on a second storehouse, but the lack of villager bumping that you can get with 2 storehouses is worth the extra 50 wood. It'll pay off for itself. I mean, you see that Omega's got 2. He's got 2. So all the Greek players have 2, and that's just because if you only have 1 and you cram all your villagers on it, well, then you're kind of getting some poor things going on for you. And it looks like Creativo is advancing incredibly slow. This is not good advance for his teammates, because you would think that they're going to get some pretty quick aggression going. And we've got all 3. Yep, they've all 3 Greeks have aged up with a restoration. Pretty standard. Really strong in team. So we have a Valor. Where is the Valor? I'm looking for the Valor. Blue used, oh, he used it in his base, which isn't a bad idea. Gives him a little bit of army. Then also, I think what a lot of people don't realize is that hero villagers do gather 10% faster than normal villagers. So that's essentially a 10% boost to this villager. When you consider he's only got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 villagers, and one of them is 10% faster. It's not, you know, not a shabby little early game boost. So I do like that. Now you just kind of pester the docks, and this is good for him. He realized, Creatava realized that he's advancing way too slow, so he has built a whole lot of docks to just kind of allow himself to keep the ability to make boats later on. And oh, Matayo's kind of mismanaged his boats here and has lost 1, 2 boats for really no reason at all. There's no reason for him to be that far forward. And we hear the auto queue getting put on, so Creatava's got auto queue from 3 docks and currently 4, but he's not going to be able to continue 4. And oh, sorry about that. And we've kind of got just a stalemate here right now. I think this is kind of going to be the important side of the war. If Creatava is able to get his boats fast enough before Matayo loses his. Oh yeah, Matayo's doing a good job of retreating down here because now they have a couple docks and we've got matching matching restorations over here. Just throwing boats at each other. And now they've kind of pushed them off. And you know, he's kind of has run out of gold. He hasn't cast prosperity yet. So we've kind of evenly matched over here. Well, let's look at boat count. Looks like Omega's got, they're about equal. But Omega is on the aggression here. And Gold Lion is getting one of his boats picked off. And here, so right now it's kind of both sides are almost stalemates in a way for the moment. But so we'll see what happens. I mean, eventually one side will probably prevail. A lot of the Mediterranean boat fighting is a lot of teamwork, just making sure that you and your ally are fighting at the same time. For example, you got Matayo and Creatava both going forward here, but now Matayo's falling back, so yeah, they just need to keep track. And what the pocket Aranos, his goal is to switch sides. The Aranos player with the faster boats, they can switch sides quickly. So yellow, really, I would like to see more switch over to here and get a double in here while everybody else is over here. That's kind of what he rarely has any boats, and in fact he's already got a second town center. Probably a little bit early to get that second town center. Maybe it'll work out for him, but so right now we have Creatava is fighting a 2-on-1 while Matayo has moved over to a double. So he needs to fall back. Falling back. Not as good of a double as it could have been. He should have come up a little bit more here and come up behind, because now the double's kind of almost useless because he just is able to retreat. So far it's pretty even on water. Which if they would have flanked a little bit better, they could have done some more damage. And they do have another restoration. I am kind of surprised that they aren't putting their boats together, because he's fighting and Gold Lion is retreating. Like if they do a restoration here, there we go. We got the restoration in. So yeah, I saw that. The second TC before boats is a little bit greedy. Because what you don't want to do is give time to the ISIS player to stabilize. I mean, with the 6-minute and 30 advance, or as slow as he was, you need to get early pressure and push him in, and then use that to kind of push through to the other players. But the early settlement kind of ends that hope. I mean, he will get a better eco, but the question is, at the expense of water, is it worth it? Probably not, because you see now that Flame is getting completely pushed off, and our champion just doesn't have the boats that he could have, and well, Flame doesn't have very many just because he was not getting much help from champion. So looks like that early town center has kind of cost KeeN the water here, but all is not lost. Do not fear, do not tremble for KeeN. They still it's not the end of the game by any stretch of the imagination, but this is gonna snowball into a pretty decent decent eco advantage for KeeN. Well, yeah, I mean, the more town center's kind of the expense of you guys losing both sides. I mean, he just didn't have the boats needed to do early pressure because he had almost none right away. And that's kind of the time where Atlanteans need to be doing kind of the double or triple, because with their boats being weaker, their kind of strength in team game, especially on Mediterranean, is to get in those flanks and doubles and triples and surround the enemy boats. And we see that Gold Lion did go forward here and prevent Omega from getting his forward town center. That's pretty important, because now that this has been prevented, Gold Lion should be able to take full control of that right there. And Tayo is fully pulling all of his boats back. I don't know why Kyotavo is doing so poorly at defending his boats. I mean, he's got eight ships attacking here while he has lost all of his fishing boats, so that's a bit of a problem for him. I guess he does have a few up here, but I mean, he's got boats to defend. Now I got a mad battle over this. I think this will end up resulting in Gold Lion getting this town center, unless something, I don't know where his hero's going though. I mean, this Minotaur is going to do a little bit of work. And I didn't miss, both bolts were already used. That was probably on an early hero, I would think. But I don't know why his hero is up here kind of incompetently doing nothing. I mean, this Minotaur is really the only thing that's kind of preventing Gold Lion from keeping this. So this might be a fairly, just that hero micro might be a fairly hefty mistake. Oh, and he's taking that forward town center. That is really greedy. I don't really see how he can hold it, especially with the Ancestors Eclipse being used right away. It's gonna be close now whether he's gonna be able to get it or not. I still think Gold Lion's gonna be able to prevent this because he's got all these military buildings, and I don't think Omega has any. No, he's just trying to build that. Oh, we do have some Mermilla heroes. Oh, pull your Scorpion Man back. Pull him back, pull him back. Oh, 9 1 hit left. Look at that. Alright, well, we do have a bit of a problem. He is making barracks units, which is not ideal. So, yeah, this Ancestors Eclipse kind of wasted. There are probably more heroes there than he anticipated, but still kind of a wasted Ancestors Eclipse because he couldn't follow it up with anything. And really, he should have built the Siege Workshop first so he could get 3 or 4 siege towers to push through. But he should be able to punish the really greedy 4 town center grab from the Atlantean there, as with a good eco on water, which he should build a dock on the island to get some more fish here. I mean, he puts a dock here, and he's got 8 more fish, and he can even do it here and here if he really wants to. But that's if. Take this as a little lesson, a school lesson here. If you win the water in a team game and you're Egyptian, you should use your fishing boats to build a dock on the center island. Because he's a little bit slower than what he should be. But again, he's probably not, since I've never heard of him, he's probably not the greatest of players. But what he does have on his side is he does have Matayo and Gold Lion, so they should be able to help him out pretty decently. So Gold Lion did end up getting this, so he has 4 town centers. So it's kind of really almost mirror images here, where Gold Lion has a forward town center over here, and Flame has the forward town center over here. So it's just kind of flip-flopped. I'm kind of surprised though that Matayo sent his army over here to help. Well, I guess his army is just this Looks like Matayo's maybe going up for her, yep, Mythic pretty quick. And we see more is already up Mythic as well. That is due to him getting that early second town center. So he has used the Tartarian gate there, which is a decent spot because it's in Green's trade route, and Egyptians really need trade. So that's not a bad idea. I think, though, you could probably hold off on this for a little bit. I mean, he's almost Mythic. You could probably really just held off till he gets Bellerophon and his Colossus and kind of come at it now, because he's gonna get a decent amount of damage on his eco here, losing quite a bit of ills. And Kriatavo is way behind. Gold Lion can hold this for a while. Really, though, that EoM's path to winning is to do a back Underworld, which would probably force Omega to do a back Underworld, and then once those cancel out, then do another back Underworld with your other one, and then you should be good to go. More Champion is also going pure Catarius, which is not ideal on this map, especially when both of them are, but Green's so far behind kind of right now. Needs to get his eco upgrade, or his building upgrades. I don't know what Green... Wow, Green has nothing, and he's getting a Titan gate. That's a little crazy. All I know is Purple better help out pretty quick. And he lost his, it looks like he lost his scout in the back there. But I don't know where Purple's army is. It seems a little slow to build. Does he at least have crenellations? No, he doesn't. He needs to watch that his Osiris doesn't get surrounded. He's in a pretty poor spot there. Could move him right here and he would be pretty safe. Do have Sentinels, which are kind of helpful, but yeah, this is a complete and utter waste of his Son of Osiris just due to poor positioning. Somehow through all of this, even though Green is getting his butt completely throttled, we have the map is pretty close, and Moore is spending all these resources on and pop on Catarius just to attack Blacksmith. I don't know why they aren't here. This Catarius seems kind of moronic almost, but I mean, I understand what he's doing, but if he would have stayed here, this would be dead. And instead he has killed some blacksmiths. I mean, well, are they called blacks? They're technically armories. My bad. Alright, so he's got a Titan gate, but he really can't build it. Because if he tries, it'll just be Catarius, and that'll be the end of that. Flame is not in Mythic though, so that he might have a little bit of a trouble. So now he is. He is Mythic, and he did go up with Vortex, which is the better myth unit, or not myth unit, god power in this game, because he can also use the Vortex to try to counter the back Underworld. Kind of ignoring over here. This is basically just a bit of a stalemate for now. I would think Gold Lion will start pushing soon. I mean, you can see he's well ahead just because of his eco advantage. So, oh, he used an Underworld. So I had kind of mentioned that the Underworld was kind of his path to victory. So now Omega uses it, and they will maybe cancel out. We will see. Really, the goal here should be to kill the opposing Underworld. Unfortunately, this Colossus is kind of a bit out of position. And Gold Lion did get both building upgrades too, so that is good. where's Bellerophon is though? I'm kind of surprised he went through. And he, oh, and he, ooh, the vortex. Yeah, I guess that was needed. So the vortex gives green the time he needs to reestablish himself, and More Champion is still doing absolutely nothing. I know people like to whine and moan about the Hero Cantarius raids, but against proper opponents, it's not the greatest of strategies because it's resource heavy, and proper opponents will just get building upgrades, which really make it almost inefficient. Once both building upgrades are trained, they become pretty inefficient, pop-wise and cost-wise, at killing town centers. Especially Greek ones, which are pretty strong. Like, you see all these, this is a ton of pop here. Each one is what, 4 pop? So this is, what's he got here? Like, was it 8? So that's 32 pop right there. That's kind of really almost doing nothing. And yeah, this underworld is dead, so one underworld to counter the other underworld. But Matteo still has his. The goal line should be able to push through here. And it looks like they're going to get the other underworld, which is going to do some pretty heavy damage. I would think. It looks like Matteo almost has too many eco. Look at these villagers. Oh, Matteo's army's over here. So it looks like they're going to do underworld here to here. Which will probably just encourage another vortex, I would think. Yeah, it's getting there. And they should do, yeah, they should do underworld now that he's used his Titan Gate. And they should kill this, target this underworld first. Well, no, I guess they're wanting to kill that. Wow, he's only building with 4 villagers. I guess he just kind of assumed it was going to die. If it's... He should kill this. He needs to target it with his... Ooh, some unit mismanagement here. Holy crap. This Titan Gate should be dead. But he's mismanaging his units. Boy, that was some incompetent use of the underworld there. I don't know why he used it right here, right next to the other underworld. He should have at least used it here, and he would have been able to kill the Titan Gate, because then Omega's army wouldn't have just popped out right away. So that was really poor. Just do it here. Really, really poor. Wow. You see, Matteo has so many resources. He needs to delete some fishing boats and trade caravans. And Gold Lion, he's not at full pop, whereas Matteo has like 8,000 resources in the bank. Like, Gold Lion doesn't even have the advanced siege upgrade, and he only has 1 fortress. So that is a bit of a problem. I'm also surprised. Oh, Matteo is Hades, not Zeus, so he doesn't get the building bonus. So far, Matteo hasn't done very much. This is just so pointless. I don't know why he just doesn't do normal aggression. Like, he's got 17 Cantarius, and all they managed to do is kill a town center. So he's invested almost 50 pop to kill a 20 pop building. And now he's going to move over here, and by the time he kills this one will be rebuilt. So he's still going to be investing 50 pop to kill a 120 pop building, which I'm no mathematician, but the math just doesn't seem like it's in Moore's favor there. The thing I didn't touch on either was that there are no town centers in water range, and yet now we have a really heavy push through. I'm surprised it's taken this long, but finally it's happening where Gold Line is pushing through with this 4-2 town center advantage. Well, yeah, he killed the town center, but what good does that ultimately do? I like this Titan just sitting here doing nothing. It's really cool. Just to build, Gold Line needs to have more villagers building forward. He also needs to get his siege upgrade. Alright, so we've got a couple shockwaves left, I think one vortex left, and a valor or two. And they're building a wonder. I like it. I like it. I would think if they competently defend, it should be pretty tough to kill a wonder on this map, but we'll see. This is kind of the important spot right here, where Gold Lion has run out of resources because Mateo has almost 10,000 now in bank, while Gold Lion is 0. He's got all these building techs, which is awesome, but he doesn't have crenellations. Looks like he might go running up here to kill the wonder, maybe, which isn't a good idea. So there's a Titan. Gold Line's kind of falling apart because his eco sucks, because Mateo isn't attributing him resources. Mateo also barely has an army. Just fight! Yeah, there you go. Okay, so this Titan is built, so he's getting along with that. Picking off a ton of Moore's villagers here. Hey, what's up? Stay Golgio. It doesn't seem like Gold Line has set up a trade route. That's probably his primary problem, is that he has no caravans right now. Yeah, he just is not at full pop. While Mateo has 8,000 resources sitting in the bank. And Kriatov isn't exactly helping either. He's not playing too well, but I just don't see how they're going to kill this wonder in the 10 minutes that they got. Little villagers. Like, they needed Gold Lion to win this side, and him not getting the trade route kind of really hurt him. Like, now Omega's really at a position where he can hold for pretty much, well, I mean, he can hold for 10 minutes now. And they've got 1, 2, 3 Titans headed this way. And I don't think Mateo did his Titan get destroyed and I didn't see it, or what? I must not have seen that. Or maybe he hasn't used his Titan gate yet. It's hard to say. Gold Line is not even close to getting a Titan. Alright, well, one Titan's down, so at least the one benefit of having Greek allies is Greeks deal pretty well with Titans. Gold Line's pushing against, still does not have his siege upgrade.
It's one of the best techs in the game.
Just increases damage by so much. The 16, 17 to 21. So what is it? I think it's 25%.
Alright, it did get destroyed. I must have missed that.
Well, I know I missed it because I didn't see it. EoM still ahead, but they're in score, but they're behind right now, and this is a problem. Why he's right now got 12,000 resources that he can't use, while Gold Lion has been sitting for a while at
Low pop. And same thing for Griatavo. He doesn't have anything because Tayo has 12k resources and
isn't feeling the need to tribute, apparently. So it looks like he's finally pushing through. A little late. But yeah, there's 7 minutes left on this pesky wonder back here, and I really don't think that they're going to get anywhere close to getting it unless they do some sort of magical dock here. But the only person actually docking is Omega. And yeah, this Titan is just getting smoked by a bunch of heroes. I'm kind of disappointed in Mateo and Gold Lion's performance here.
he needs to watch his towers. Both of his towers here. Well, this one isn't. This one is just firing at this house. And like green's not doing poorly over here. I mean, sure his score is bad, but
it's not really doing that bad. Looks like they tried to do a build here, but it's not working. It wouldn't be a problem if they wouldn't have wasted their second underworld to kill no Titan gates. I'm just not seeing how EoM can kind of push through. "5 minutes to get up there, because Flame still has a vortex that you can use. I mean, really the only chance that they have is for Gold Lion to get this town center, and then make like 15 military barracks and just send 50 hoplites up here. But he's gonna have to kind of get to that quick. I kind of don't understand why more champion is ignoring this side. Okay, now finally he's building units. I mean, all they have to do is just not lose for 5 minutes and they'll be fine. Gold Lion needs to forward build. I don't. Oh, see. Oh, see, he's doing some transport ship strats, but really, that's really no faster than just forward building here and just sending hoplites up. So we'll see. I don't think this is gonna work for killing. Mordusso doesn't even have crenellation, so he can't track the boat. Otherwise the boat would probably have died. Oh wow, that's a kind of an early he landed his units and now has to kill it all right away. Yeah, I don't know why he just isn't forward building, getting this town center and then pushing through here. I think that would be far better. So I don't think they're gonna get the wonder. But they did force out Blue's final vortex, but I They got two Titans running around in the base. I don't see them. Really don't see they have a chance of getting this. So now my goal is I just want to see them do at least a 1 hit point of damage to the Wonder. But this lack of forward building isn't going to help anything. Like this is a common problem in games where the opponents make wonders, is that it kind of causes people to play stupid. Like you'd have a much better shot at getting to this wonder just by pushing through and then pushing through here as opposed to trying to dock here. Like it just makes no sense. But I've been there. I mean, you see the wonder and the timer going down. You're like, you gotta make some flashy moves to kill it, but you don't really. I mean, if you just push like normal, just gets here, builds 15 military barracks, he'd probably have a better chance than what he has of killing this. But I just don't see, like, he's sending one transport at a time. I mean, you just send it up here and they're just die again. These units are all pointless down here now. Green doesn't have rocks, so yeah, I don't see much of a chance. Nice annoying walls along the coast is kind of preventing this. So I'm wanting to see at least 1 hit point of damage on this. Please at least get 1 hit point of damage. Oh, he might be able to get 1 hit point of damage. It always sucks to lose to a wonder, but EoM isn't. It's not like EoM really is deserving this game. They've kind of played not as well as they could have. And you kind of got what you needed from Green. He was able to hold decently. And you just got to hope that your powerhouse, Gold Lion and Mateo, are the ones that are able to push through. And Gold Lion eventually pushed through, but it was just too slow. Yeah, there's only 1 minute left. 1 minute left. I don't know what. Is Gold Line still trying pointless transport ship raids? Oh. It sure is. It's just not doing anything. Well, I guess it's the mentality. If at first you don't succeed, try again. So he's trying again. Don't make us building a second wonder. And there it is. There is the resignation. So yeah, just poor gameplay overall. Late game play overall. Crap! I just spilled my water. Let me get a towel. Everywhere, all over my high-tech gaming software here in our RTS League studios in Los Angeles. All our 8K streaming software, 480 frames per second, and I pour water all over it.
So that game, it didn't really seem like. Well, what's going on my screen while I'm cleaning all of this? That game really didn't seem like Moore did a whole lot there, which seems like in team games he kind of doesn't generally do a whole lot. I mean, I guess he kind of pestered the pocket there for a bit, but alrighty. So his RTS League raids, or his RTS League Armory raids. Alrighty, well, we're going to move on to game 2 here. I think the flood, the deluge of water has been cleaned up. My mouse pad's a little bit wet. Hardware, not software. Okay. So let me fix this up here, get my scoreboard straightened out. And we will move on to game 2 of this best of 3 series. And so KeeN has won the first game. Actually, I see you KeeN guys in chat. Yeah, if Moore didn't armory raid, I kind of covered that. If he would have just stayed in Green's base instead of armory raiding, Green would have been dead. That would have been a win at like 25 minutes. I don't know why he decided to send 40 pop worth of Contarius to kill a few armories that don't even cost any pop at all. I mean, might as well just deleted his army. So anyway, the disaster has been averted other than a soggy mousepad. Our 8K streaming software, 480 frames per second. Hardware, software, whatever you want to call it, is still intact here in our RTS League studios in Hollywood. So let's move on to game number 2. If I can find where I saved it. Aha! Game 2, my fellows. Is this the same game? Looks like I downloaded the same game twice. Oh, that's interesting. So, alrighty. So let's just put this on our on my transition page here, and let me properly download it. Game 2. It'll take about a minute, and I'll get it. Okay. So let's hold on to your horses. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more quality play. Or is that you guys can help me in chat here. You KeeN guys, was game 2 on Mediterranean again? Am I just losing it? But this looks like this is the same map. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's try this again. I've re-downloaded. Let's see. Alrighty. Alright, we're back in business here. I've got it. Alright, here is game number
2, I think. Oh, let me fix my thing here. And we will go on and see what happens in game 2. So this is Anatolia. I would think the first game was probably EoM's home map, maybe. And this is maybe KeeN's? I'm not sure. So down on the bottom left is KeeN. Omega Zeus is the pocket. Lord Champion is set as the flank. And our Flame, Ty $sign 43 is Uranos. Matayo is Zeus, so he's changed from Hades to Zeus. Gold Lion is Ra. And Creativo is Isis. Well, this is EoM's home map. Alrighty. EoM's home map. Alrighty. Well, let's see what happens here. So, I don't know how Moore's set is. And his team, Uranos, is pretty poor, and that's about what he plays 24/7. So I would think his set would be even worse. So we've got two. Let's see. Both pockets have docked on the right. That's pretty standard. To dock on the right. And why is it standard? Because most people go to the right. And I think it has to do, there's been studies that have been done, is that most people will naturally go to the right. I think it has to do with being right. Most people are right-handed. Like, this is what strategy I always use when I'm in the airport and it's busy. You know, usually at the airports you go in the bathroom and it kind of splits one way and the other, left to right. I always go left because there's always fewer people peeing on the left side as opposed to the right side. So you can use that strategy here and go left and be the only person that's docking on the left side. So there you go. That's your tip for real life. If you need to pee in the airport, go to the left bathroom instead of the right, and you have more privacy. Unless you like peeing with other people, then go to the right and maybe just share a stall and see how that works out for you. Town centers are forward. What do you know? Gold mines are forward. What do you know? Creativo is docking very far forward. Quite far indeed. Which is what he should be doing. I like it. I wonder if Creativo is going to be doing another brisk 6-minute advance. So last game we saw that Creativo wasn't that great, but he kind of held long enough for his buddies to have had the opportunity to do the heavy lifting, but they were too weak to do the heavy lifting. So what do we got? Oh, it's set, Zeus, Uranos, and Isis, Ra, Zeus. I think overall the god combination here favors EoM. You can't argue with Zeus. You definitely can't argue with Ra, especially not on this map. Holy cow, this is like easy mode. Well, I mean, Ra is easy mode, and this is easy mode. So E squared, Z squared mode. So the Ra player, let's see, well, you got double 2-on-2 over down here in the bottom. Matayo should just do heavy boats. Gold Lion should build a few boats and go up to heroic pretty quick. Help out with some siege boats as need be. Get an early market. Get a huge eco. Empowers market with the priest, and then GG. because I don't think Moore's set will really be very competent. In fact, I don't know why you would choose set over Ra on this map anyway, or over ISIS. Not in a team game. So we will see what thank you $sign will be able to do here. Creativo. Yeah, he's not. He might be going for the 7-minute advance this time, which is a little slow, to say the least. Oh, no, he's 6 minutes. That's alright. But he should have built more docks back here to fall back on. Ooh, more is used vision. What is more visioning? What doth more envision with his vision? Is he going to do a shifting sands? Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to do it. Right there. It's actually a decent shifting sands. I got to give More Boy credit, except now he's shooting at the wrong units and he's not killing. Okay, you got get this villager. Yeah. Alright. Really not a bad shift, I have to say. And he's got plenty of units to follow up with it. The problem, though, is that this is a lot of eco invested into this shift. And, oh, I like that. So that which is what should be done there, is now the shift has been shifted away. Well, the shift isn't bad, but this is bad. Because if he can camp on the other wood, it's not a bad idea, but the counter shift makes the shift useless. Because the only way it can be useful is if he can then park on the next wood and then park on this wood. So yeah, that kind of made it equal. And you're right, it does kind of result in an auto loss on water. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily if he can park here and then help out on water, but it doesn't look like he's doing that. The additional priests, there was a few too many priests. Like, you don't need this many because they don't really do much damage. And now he's just building a town center. Like, he's misplaying this. The shift isn't bad. He just put too many resources into it, and then he didn't go into full water. The half water, half land doesn't work here. I just don't understand the additional priests because... Oh yeah, he's half-assing it. He's... No. Alrighty, so that's a bit of a problem for Team KeeN, I would say. So he's finally made his way back here. So at least that's good. He should be able to do some damage. See, like, if he would have been able to park here, this is pretty decent. But now it's too late because it's kind of the snowball water fight where there's just no way to defend from that. Because it's just the numbers are too great. I mean, especially with Omega only having 3 docks and 2 of them being back here, you can't really build ships to assist, and more building boats out of 1 dock definitely isn't helping either. I mean, I don't know what his grand plan is. I also don't know why he's coming down here to kill 1 villager when he should just have hopped right over to this here and got all these villagers idle. Because what's the point of watering down here to kill 1 villager? And look it up here, old Creativo is smoking, thank you $sign. Who's gone on land, but probably shouldn't be losing water quite this fast. But yeah, more kind of misplayed here. I mean, the shift is okay. But what he did after that and how much resources he put into the shift, not so okay.
So now, poor KeeN is facing off against a Ra that has... I see. Only one dock on auto queue, so yeah, well, that's a problem. But so now KeeN is facing off against a Ra player on Anatolia that has full access to the sea, so should get to heroic. Really, probably should have been in heroic, maybe. Well, I guess he did have to go pretty heavy on water because of the damage done to Matayo. But now he should just get up to mythic as soon as possible. Build 3 markets, auto queue the crap out of those 3 markets, empower the crap out of them, and then just get some huge massive eco that can't be countered, and then just push through with super strong mid-build units, and that should really kind of be the game here. Unless KeeN builds another wonder to take the game. But it's a little harder to wonder on this map as opposed to Mediterranean. Yeah, kill these vills. Help if you're watch it, we shoot. Last spit from the watch it, got it. Somehow Matayo has the highest score on his team. Well, I guess he's got 2 Egyptians, and pretty soon Gold Lion score is going to be double that of champions. Let's make sure they at least have some fishing upgrades. Yep. They got those. Not really sure why Kriatavo is building barracks units again. Didn't quite work out for him last game, so I guess he'll try it again this time. Why Gold Lion is... well, whatever. I mean, the game isn't over, but it probably is. EoM is better late game civs, but they do have Kriatavo, who didn't look too spectacular last game. But KeeN has more champion, who is looking less than spectacular this game. Man, oh, thank you, $sign is still fighting for the water. Lose all his boats to kill the Leviathan. I like it. Good trick. Here's his markets. Yep. Moore had some awesome plays. Man, that shifting sands was fine.
Into you.
Well, at least you killed it. You did kill the Leviathan, so we'll give you that. I like Moore's forward hunting here. That's nice. I love these auto-queued idle units. Oh, there they go. Like, why barracks units? I mean, some of them are okay, but pure barracks units in Anatolia? Yeah. Creative. Maybe Creativo stands for creative, and that's what he's being. It's creative. And we do have rain being used. He doesn't have husbandry. Only the first farm upgrade, so the rain kind of sucks. And it's probably almost just as beneficial for the opponents as it is for his team. Nailed 200%. Nice tower. Well, yeah, full spearman isn't bad, but I mean, look here. No, axeman. No, slingers. No. I don't see any.
Well, Gold Lion, yep, he's getting, is he at least building his caravans? Yeah. But why doesn't he empower his market? Like this is, ooh, Ancestors Eclipse. Hey, what's up, Sir Ivan? No, nothing, just watching a few games here, seeing how this series goes. Alright, well this Ancestors Eclipse will work okay, I think. The Scorp is almost dead. Oh man, all his resources put into the Cantarius, but at least the one thing he does have is that Cantarius kind of counter this entire army right here. I can't believe he's let this Scorpion Man live. Way to go. Thank you, $. Oh, Scorpion Man decided he wanted to die. Yeah, there he goes. Man, empower your markets. Well, you can go back to sleep, that's fine. Yeah, the full-on Quintarius. I mean, it's a really nice unit composition here. I mean, Quintarius counter Slingers, Quintarius counter Axemen, Quintarius beat Siege Towers, Quintarius beat Heroes. Wonder why Golden Lion is holding on to his Pestilence this long. Quintarius doing some work. Do you have the Pierce upgrades? No. No armory upgrades! That's pathetic. Can't even watch that fight without armory upgrades. If Creativo has an armory upgrade and you don't, oh, he does. How do you not have an armory upgrade at all? Let's look at your resources. Yeah, where is your armory? Can't find it. Oh! Will I play EoM later? Maybe. I'm not sure. The good thing is that... Boy, look at this counter push. Ooh. Lightning storm. Some Osiris just standing there like a boss, taking it. Oh, now he finally hides. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can play, but you can always friend me. I accept friend requests from everybody. I mean, even Flame is my friend. Did they get their second fishing upgrades? Yep. Oh, the Carcinos! He's gonna single-handedly win back to sea. Okay, well they do have all those. Oh, he's finally empowering his market. I like it. Ooh. A villager killed. 2 villagers killed. 3. Oh no, that one's leaving. 2 citizens technically. Kind of important because that is old Flame's only gold mine. I don't know why he's not down on these, but I guess that's a long way to walk. Oh, we have Tornado on nothing. He sucked up some Toxotes, but that's not where you want to use Tornado. Or should have just told his buddy, thank you $, that they've got Tornado ready, and how much you kill this monument, and then you can use it here or something. Yeah, he just would have needed to kill this monument, and then you would have been able. I mean, Tornado against barracks units is huge. Tornado against your own. I mean, the Tornado here just buys no time. I mean, you're just using it on Toxotes. And what's the point? Like, at this point, Zeus doesn't even really want Toxotes anymore. So, thanks. You killed my Toxotes so I can get my infantry. But despite losing the water so quickly, KeeN's doing pretty well on land. They're not getting smoked. The game could always be different if I would have won $4,000 in 2005 if I would have won the tournament, but I didn't. How are we doing with eco upgrades anyway? More champions sitting down there at the bottom of the score table. These markets are kind of blocking. Is Gaia good? Gaia isn't bad in team games. As long as you don't get rolled right away. Late game Gaia, well, not late, really late game, but Gaia is a really good eco in team games, especially on like the land water maps. Holy cow! Watch out for Gaia. Yeah, a tornado here would have been key because this is all of his unit buildings here. And no building upgrades either, so it would have been pretty huge. But Moore is just so far behind. Rape them. Rape isn't good, man. I don't want to rape anyone, especially them. Village is idle. Idle. See how long they stay idle. 20:35. Oh, you're gonna get an alarm bell to tell. Idle. Ooh, Titan Gate. Red. Oh, you're just gonna die. Yeah, and see, the problem is you needed to be able to push through by going back here. That gives Creativo the time to reestablish himself. And the difficulty with going with so heavy on Contarius is that it is really resource intensive, which kind of prevents you from aging up. So there you are, still stuck in the heroic age against a mythic. And aha, we have a resignation. Oh man, so this is going to game 3. Game 3! Let's update the scoreboard. So game 3, this is for all the marbles. And let's get to the transitions page here. And I will download game 3. And we'll be back in, give it about a minute. And we'll be going to game 3. Oh, I'm so hyped, game 3. Game 3. Game 3. This is it, fellows. Do or die time. This is not a best of 5. This is a best of 3. So that is why game 3 is the deciding game. Oh, where did I save that recorded game file to? Alright. KeeN versus EoM game 3. Oh, no, that's the wrong place. Season 29, that's what I want. Alright. And real quick, for those of you tuned in late, I do have the roster for EoM Right here, little picture. Mateo, Gold Lion, very ferocious looking cat, and other people. And Magic, who's a guest player from Canada with lots of snow, bears, and igloos. The Emperors of Mythology. So we will see if they are truly the Emperors of Mythology. Oh, I need to change my thing so you can actually see this. Here it is. The Emperors of Mythology roster right there. I don't want to tell you how much time I spent on this. It was more than what it should have been. I'm kind of a paint noob. Moving on. Moving on to more nerdy things. What did I name this recorded game? KeeN. Oh, there we are. Game 3. Wait, this is a 2v2? How can Game 3 be a 2v2? Alright, well, Game 3 is a 2v2. Flame, if you could explain why it's a 2v2, I'd appreciate it, because I don't like Game 3 being a 2v2. Especially with one of the players being Creativo, who hasn't looked too good yet. Oh, Mateo had to go. That's too bad. Oh, well, KeeN is relying on the backs of Omega and more champion. So more champions, Uranus. Omega is Zeus. Those are good sets for this. Oh, Creativio is Nino? Gee, why is he playing so bad? He must be really rusty, because he's been playing really bad. Gold Lion is Uranus, and Creativo, or Nino, according to Flame in chat, is Isis. Now, Nino actually, and historically, has been a pretty decent player. Always played Isis like 24/7 when he does play. But he's usually been pretty decent, and so far he's been pretty poor in these 2 games. But we shall see. He's unlucky he got you on his side. Okay, alright, well, we can say that. So where are you in this game? I don't see you anywhere. Is Flame is in this fog of war? Oh, no, Zebras. Well, let's look at strategy here. So, more champion being a pure one-on-one player. The least a beneficial thing for him is that 2v2 plays a lot more like 1v1 instead of 3v3. Because a lot of times, 2v2 kind of will just boil down to 2 1v1s. So 1v1 this way, 1v1 this way. But you will see some help here and there from team. But at least more can play this like a 1v1 and not have to worry about thinking. Hey, good morning, Mr. EE League. So, oh, you watched me paint my basement? It wasn't that awesome? Actually, I was thinking after this Game 3 is done, might do a follow-up basement stream because it's pretty much done. Just a few things. So, yeah, if you guys liked it, we can kind of go down there and we can do a little tour of the basement. And I can show you the dungeon, all sorts of things where I got Blackadder at. Anyway, back to the game. So strategically here, we'll probably see the Uranus just do the typical 430-ish advance. Mermillo and Terma. And the Zeus player kind of got a little bit of a decision, but I think he'd probably up with Hermes and then just do some Centaur raids on both players. Gold Lion will probably pretty much do the same thing as Champion. And the Isis player should probably just do a fast heroic here. That would probably be the most beneficial thing. The problem is that will allow them to double the other Uranus. So keep him in a cage until 20 GMT. Bread and water, and give him a mic, and then he can stream on our 8K 480 frame per second software over here. Flame your... Ooh, I like this. He has trapped an Oracle and killed it. That will change the game. Nice rhinos. See, he has the risk, though. If he does fast heroic, man, his buddy's gonna get doubled. So I'm not really sure what would be the best thing to do, because ISIS barracks fight isn't terrible, but man, he's got some poor forward hunt, though. He's got more hunt there. I don't know. Ooh, Moore is taking a second town center, so now he can fast heroic without issue. So he should realize that with the late advance that the town center is being taken. Also can just compare with his ally score. ISIS pre-siege. In this circumstance, pre-siege is not as effective in 2v2 because the ally can help out. Oh, Gold Lion does see this town center, so that will hopefully slow him down. Gold Lion up. Oh, he's up. Might almost force a... Nah, it shouldn't force a ceasefire. No. Nah, he'll just build this. Yeah, pre-siege with Contarius getting boosts isn't as good. Okay, it's Shockwave to kill one villager, except... Oh. Oh. Ooh, that ceasefire wasn't needed. I mean, he was going to lose a villager, but I'd rather have the cease instead of saving a villager. And Omega is grabbing a town center as well. So no town centers from EoM. We do have town centers from both the KeeN's players. So really in this situation, EoM... Ooh. I don't like this use of... I don't like the second town center. I think EoM's goal here to win is to do a heavy double on Moore. So instead of making this town center, Gold Lion should be going pure army and just harassing as much as he can over here. And then the ISIS player following up with a Ancestors Eclipse, Siege Workshop, army. Yeah, pre-siege is just too slow in team games. I mean, it's not terrible, but there are better strategies for the Egyptian or ISIS in this case. Well, it's going to be ISIS anyway. Yeah, the double should come here, and this town center should not have been grabbed, and he should have just gone pure attack here, double here, and I would think if they would have done that, it would be an easy, probably not a super difficult victory. But we shall see. Maybe they shall win regardless. Like, so far all this has done nothing. I mean, it's accomplishing nothing. Man, that is a nice 2 elephant spawn back here, though. Right by his town center. Very juicy. Oh, and we'll see if Omega, or not Omega, if Gold Lion figures out he's got 2 elephants back there. Probably won't. So he is getting a second temple, so yeah, he is doing pre-siege. Yeah, kill the blacksmiths. That'll really save the world. Man, very slow army for Omega too. goal line's kind of pushed the wrong way. Like, I mean, he's just causing some idles, but not doing a whole lot else. Yeah, if goal line would have pushed here on one town center, and the ISIS do a really aggressive Migdal here, siege workshop here, and then do a really fast attack, or not really fast, but a full pop, 2 full 115 pop armies over here would have been the proper response to both enemies going to town center. But generally the boom after the opponent is booming puts you at a disadvantage because you're just slower, which now he's getting his 3rd town center. And the Zeus doesn't really need his 3rd town center. He can stay at 2 and keep up in heroic due to having better army composition. Which that's what he's going for, is a heroic pretty soon. Actually, no centaurs at all. He just went straight to 2 town centers. So more is up Thea. Should build some military, or a fortress or something, or not a fortress. Well, a few destroyers to tank some damage isn't terrible, but Contarius with both Pierce Armor upgrades is the way to go. How's the eco upgrades? First line, not great, but not terrible. Almost looks like Omega might be considering just a fast or semi-fast mythic. It's based on how few military buildings he has, since he's just basically doing enough Toxotes to defend. And doesn't really have to defend because Gold Line went 3 town centers. Oh, this is poor to get caught out like this. Man, at least if he's gonna do pre-siege, at least forward build. Holy cow. Building back here. What's the most OP god in AoM? Well, team game is Ra. 1v1, there's a handful of gods that are pretty decent at the top. But yeah, team games, Ra is really good. Neuronos is still good. And Loki is pretty good too, but Ra for team games for sure. Gee, I like this lone siege tower coming in. Alright, so more is getting fortified town centers. Should also get his building HP upgrade. Alright, so now the fresher is finally coming on over here. But it's just a little too late. Is he gonna... Oh. We have like simultaneous shockwaves. We'll see if he's able to get a citizen here. And oh, we have Ancestor's Eclipse. Here. Not enough siege with this Ancestor's Eclipse. Because in Ancestor's Eclipse, you need to kill all the military buildings. I also don't know why his... Why is he coming down here? I guess they're wanting to finish this town center off. Well, maybe they'll kill it. I guess they... No. Fortified town center. Yeah, this was greedy coming down to this town center. Oh, it's gonna be close. I'll still get it. What? That's just probably too much. He needs to target this citizen down. Is this free for all? No, this is a 2v2. Red and green against blue and teal. This is game 3. RTS League series. Yeah, I really don't think killing the town center there does a whole lot. I think it would have been better to kill this, because without military buildings, well, you can't kill military, or you can't build any military. He also needed more siege tower. I think he had 3 at the most, maybe 4. He needed like 5, and the problem was the fact that this siege workshop is still creating siege towers. Well, it's wide open, but you need to kill the military buildings. I mean, if you kill the military buildings, you can't build military. Blue sitting in his base making a castle. Well, all Blue's gonna do is just do Underworld up here now, and we'll probably kill Matayo, or not Matayo, Gold Lion. No, attacking this town center was a mistake. You'd get more value killing all this, because if he kills the military buildings here, then he would be able to move on to the town center. I also don't know where his myth units are. Did he only build 1 monument? You need 2. Oh no, there's 2, but I think this one came a lot later. He needs a lot more smith units than what he has. Well, and that's that push. So yeah, that is the push there. So, and here is the underworld. Hold on a bird. He's promptly initially repelled. It is 2 versus 3 town center. Let's see how Gold Line is doing with resources. Ooh, a little bit low. Mega's got a little bit more. Where's Bellerophon? I want Bellerophon. Yeah, now he's coming through. I mean, these heroes just take so much damage. And the problem is having Termas still. Termas are, at this point, aren't very effective. And yeah, he's gonna push through this. Does have 1. Yeah. Yeah, they needed to push through over here. Oh, Gold Line went up Vortex. Yeah, you're right. That's what you do, is to counter this, you just tart gate the underworld. Vortex. In 3v3s, Vortex is generally better because of the larger map, but in 2v2, tart gate is still probably the better one to go. Just because of the immediate power it gives, and the fact that you can use it on Underworld. But Creativo needs to come over here and help out. Like, he can, I don't know why he isn't. Like, he can kind of ignore more for right now, because well, I guess he can't because of all the destroyers. Yeah, this is a good map to do the 2 town center fast mythic, just because of all the hunt. That's usually pretty safe, but EoM did not react very well. They should have done 1 town center push over here. Gold Lion should have done early harass over here to slow more down, and then forward build with siege towers. Ancestors Eclipse would have resulted in a much faster dead more. Which now looks like he is finally pushing, because for some reason Moore decided to go raiding with his. That's a mistake in the game's language file. is that both age ups use the same language code. Which is an easy fix. The problem is there's no way to, and Voobly AOM, to change language files for every language and have it in the same patch. So like I could update it in English, but then everybody's language file, including those who don't have the English copy of the game, would now have English language files. So just have to live with it. And yeah, he's killed Moore's base, but Gold Lion is pretty much dead. Well, it can be fixed, it's just not practical. But hell, this game looks like it's about over. EoM had chances to win. They just, in my opinion, went with the wrong strategy. And it's Heartgate. Mighty G teaching the Age of Mythology history class. Like, yeah, Devo is probably, yeah, he's still well in heroic age. Yeah, just a little too slow. Too slow.
Into you. Into you.
Well, maybe it is assigning the correct text number. It might be. Supposedly Nakamura fixed it, like in one of the first patches, but it didn't fix. So I never really bothered to look into that. Well, that's the third game there. So I guess now I should have been pumped and maybe yelling a little bit more like real gaming casters. And oh my goodness, KeeN has won! They've advanced! They get to play JSS! Oh my! So yeah, KeeN advances to play not KeeN. Yeah, no, not KeeN. KeeN lost. No, KeeN won. I'm confused. Now I confuse myself, getting all pumped up. Holy crap, I'm losing my mind. So spoiler alert if you aren't wanting to see what's going on in the playoffs. So KeeN is advanced to play JSS in the semifinals. Meanwhile, in the League Cup, we're waiting for Dodd and Frost to stop fighting each other and actually schedule a game. Whatever, just play games, jeez. So that's let me update the scoreboard to give KeeN the win they properly deserve. Good job, KeeN. Though if Mateo had played game 3, you guys would have lost. You guys wouldn't have been able to. You wouldn't have been able to win another 3v3 with more. So you guys got lucky that Mateo had to go. Very lucky, lucky. Let's see, is there 38 players online? Where is everybody going? Age of Mythology's dying. Where's Zelda? You missed it. I streamed it again the other day. Oh, I already got it open. I actually did not get last in my speedrun, and I didn't delete my game halfway through. So, yeah, you missed it, Swoop. Sorry.
I could join a Link to the Past speed run right now, but I don't know where all this stuff is in Link to the Past. I know you want to see Link to the Past, but I haven't played that in a long time. Green Sea squashed his washer, flooded his apartment. Just kidding. He was making sure you know Warlock was online. Yeah, just lucky that little Matayo had to go. Anyway, because I had a few requests, I'm gonna turn my RTS League stream off and give me a couple minutes, and I'll do some IRL stream on my phone. You guys can see my basement. And maybe you can see where I'm holding Hell's Ravage and Blackadder hostage. So no, Flame, no, more sucks in team games. He's just awful, especially 3v3. I mean, did you see him play that game on the tiebreaker game? Moore was absolutely useless in that tie-breaking game against, what was it, against Dodd? He was useless. But Moore can't play team game 3v3s. Yeah, EoM never quite had, well, he had a score lead for about 30 seconds. So did I update the scoreboard up there at the top? Yeah, KeeN 2, EoM 1. So KeeN will move on to play JSS. So that'll be cool. So all right, give me a couple minutes. I gotta pee. I won't show that on the IRL stream. I'll probably have my probably get my Twitch blocked if I do that. So there you go, the loser lineup of the Emperors of Mythology. And give me a couple minutes and maybe I'll entertain you guys briefly and make a fool of myself on my camera. Let me turn this off.